As you see, I had to do a play on WWE today. We had to switch it up from the Wednesday workshop extreme. It is Witchcraft, Wizardry, and Education today. Yeah, you like it. Okay. We have started the house system in 6-1, and I thought that this would be a great presentation for everyone, not only just for the house system, but just for the opportunity to explore creativity. But I guess the goal of the house system and that things that we have seen is increasing community, motivation, student ownership, and passion. Who doesn't want all of those things in their life, right? Okay, in doing my research of coming up with this house system, I did not know that maybe this is common knowledge for the masses, but not for Mrs. Noble. I didn't know that it originated all the way back in the 1800s in England, and it was not invented by J.K. Rowling and Ron Clark. I didn't really know that it was it came from boarding schools. And one thing I really liked about this, it was established in British boarding schools back in the 1800s, and they came up with the term houses because kids who were separated from their families, they created these homes for them within their boarding schools to meet their social, emotional needs. And I thought that was just, I really liked that idea, and bringing that to any school, creating that feeling of home at a school, I think is important. But it originated with houses were named after saints, famous alumni, notable regional topics. They had more arbitrary names like animals' names. They did buildings of the school. They even named them after their headmaster, and they often identified with their own symbols, logos, and colors. Some little bit of history that I found when researching this that I just didn't know and I thought I would share. First off, this is a work in progress. Is it perfect? No. Is it something that we are absolutely proud of? 100%. We decided to start doing this, really came from the pandemic. We decided to start this because of selfish reasons. We needed something to bring us joy and excitement as we return to another pandemic school year. As we were talking as a team, we were realizing that we're becoming comfortable with the new pandemic teaching style. And that was scary. Like we didn't realize it when we were having those conversations that we were, stepping back behind our screens, getting into that same, what we needed to do at the time that it needed to happen. But then we were comfortable with it. And this quote reminded me of this, is that when you ever start to feel comfortable, it's a sign that you've stopped growing. And we started feeling comfortable in that pandemic teaching life, and you guys know how that's not what our children need, that's not what we need. And so we decided that we wanted to make some positive changes. So we decided to be a little selfish and do something for ourselves. So this started for ourselves as teachers to find our passion. This is something that we thought that we would have a lot of fun with. And we knew that if nothing changes, nothing changes. So we decided that we wanted, as a team, to make this happen. My joke is that John Gadd had a dream, and he fought for this to happen. He really did, and we just kind of went along with it. Big question, right? But how do we have time? The big answer there is we do not. Just like you guys, we do not have time to do one extra thing. That's what we feel like every single day. When one extra thing comes on our plate, we're like, nope, don't have time for that, can't do it. And it's easy to get in that mindset of just one more thing. And it's so true. It is so true. But however, making this a priority helped us find that passion again. And back to those selfish reasons, sometimes you have to be a selfish educator to be a better educator for our kids. And we decided that if you argue your limitations, you get to keep them. Because when we started this project, we were like, is this something that at the end of this, we're going to be like, again, it's back to that, is this one more thing I have to do? Is this another checkbox I have to do at the beginning of my day, at the end of my day? Is this going to be something that we don't enjoy? But it wasn't. We make time for it because it works, and we make time for it by getting our kids involved, because we all know that they want to remind us when we have forgotten something or do something wrong, right? You know that they're good at that. So, you know, as Dumbledore said, soon we must face the choice between what is right and what is easy. And so that's what we decided with this, our system. Okay, so I asked the students what they think. I asked them to come up with one statement of what they think of our house system, and this is what I got for you.
Honestly, I believe when we do these houses, it actually inspires kids to do better because we get rewards for it. And also it's kind of fun competing with others.
It's really fun to have all the houses because it helps you connect with your teachers and fellow students. It also helps motivate, from what I know, motivates me to go to school.
I love the Hufflepuff houses because as a competitive person, there's more competition between the houses for awards and stuff.
What I like about my house, Gryffindor, is that Ms. Ellis tries to keep everybody as straight as she possibly can when it comes to getting their work done. She likes to make sure everybody stays focused and on task during class, and she treats you like you're one of her own children.
I'm proud to be a Ravenclaw because of my teacher, Miss Allen.
Alright, so about the houses, what I love is the teachers. They're all so nice and they're all like fantastic in their own way.
And competing for house points so I can win the house cup.
I feel motivated when my whole team is working together as a team to earn house points for one another.
I love being supported of my housemates when they earn points for my house.
I like the house tournament because I feel proud when I get house points for my team.
The house system is wonderful and it works amazingly.
He was not coerced to say that at all. We had no part in that. Yeah, just a fun little video there of our sweet little babes. And I mean, as you can see, some of all of the things that they said obviously are positive, and a lot of them are connected to the relationships that we have developed with them, and I'll talk more about that one as we move on.
Honestly, I believe when we do these houses.
There we go. Okay, so I did give them a survey, and I wanted to share that with you. This is, I want to try my hardest so that my house gets a celebration. Obviously, they all agree with that one. I make sure I come to school on days that we have team celebrations. So on days that we have team celebrations, we notice that those kids who miss school often, they always want to show up on those days. Being a part of a house makes me more excited to come to school each day. And then I feel more connected to my teachers because of the house system. And then I gathered some data from the teachers, and this is what they think, and me as well. We love the relationships, the community, the dialogue, the immediate rewards. We love that it is all-encompassing and that it is versatile. We love that it is engaging, and we have fewer behavior issues, and students supporting students. Two things I wanted to elaborate on this one. My favorite is the dialogue that it has created between our teams. I know that if I have a student who might not have been their best or has been their best, I know I'm going to tell Professor Ellis that you were doing this today to stand up for Gryffindor, that you were demonstrating qualities of being a Gryffindor by doing this today. Or I know I have days that people come to me and tell me, Mrs. Dumbledore, your puffs are out of line today. You need to have a conversation with them. And it is a home that we have built. and an accountability for each other. And the dialogue is my favorite, of having that conversation, of telling Miss Ellis about one of her Gryffindors doing this, and it's changed the way we discuss and talk to each other using this house system. And then students supporting students. It lights my heart on fire when I see Caden Hound. I'm thinking of him because he's in the video. But when I am in class and I say 5 points for Ravenclaw, and I see him across the room like, yes, like so excited that someone, wasn't even him, that someone got points, and then they're just like looking at each other like, yeah, we got it. And then also at the end of the day, when we return to homeroom and we discuss the points, watching them have the conversations with each other about how they earned those points or how they lost those points. So this is the slideshow. This starts the slideshow that we share with the students. So getting into how it works. And I know you guys are connections teachers, so we would love for your help on giving points. You're welcome to share that with us, and we can share this with you. Doing this might look different in your classrooms than it does in ours, but this is the slideshow we share with them. We put it up at the beginning of the day for homeroom, and then at the end of the day homeroom. At the beginning of the day, we show them, this is where we're starting at today, this is what we need to do, we need to get points. We start with 100, so everyone starts with 100 and we go from there. At the end of the day, another of my favorite thing is also listening across the hallway, and in my room, when we have it up, and you can see the teachers start popping in, and they're like, Coach Gad's on there, hey, he's going to enter some points, he's going to enter some points, and then they're like, oh, Miss Allen's on there, she said that she was taking points from Hufflepuff today, and so they're like watching, like on edge to see the numbers move, and it just creates something new and exciting for all of us involved. House Seeker. This is what we came up with it for an accountability. There were several days, because like it's just one more thing we have to do. Several days at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't tell anyone that they had points today. So we came up with a House Seeker, and they get a House Seeker. Is chosen to give points to a member from another house that sets an outstanding example of the Bulldog Creed throughout the day, and 5 points will be awarded to another house at the end of the day. And to do that, the Seeker gets a Seeker stationery, and we have one for each house, and they get to carry it around. It's something that they're proud of. They put it on their desk. They're proud of it all throughout the day. They're like, oh, I got these points to give out. And then they fill it out. They explain why they're giving the points, and then they have to get the signature from the headmaster and from the student. Main reason why we do the signature, not to just make it official, but to make sure that we are entering it into the system. We know that when it is if I'm taking it to Coach Gad, he knows that Hufflepuff has added points for Slytherin that day. Wizard of the Week. Mrs. Snowfall's going to be, I'm going to be true here and say this is not one that I'm great at. Miss Allen is fantastic at doing Wizard of the Week. She does it within her own classroom. I think she's the only one of us that really makes this one a priority, and she does it really well. She does a Wizard of the Week, and they get to sit in a special spot, or they get a special treat. Really not a lot of extra effort, but something that makes her happy and makes her wizards happy. We do updates for previous cup winners. So this is our list. It needs to be updated. Slytherin is the current cup winner right now. And then we just have slides on here showing them House Gryffindor, and then these are the Gryffindor Wizards, Slytherin Wizards, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff. So I have more Hufflepuff students because Miss Irwin, I have her class as well. Since she's ELA and I'm ELA, it only made sense that we were both Team Hufflepuff. And so how can they win points? They win points for acts of kindness, doing well on an assignment or a test, positive contributions to the lesson, that's my personal favorite, following school and classroom rules, following the Bulldog Creed, being generous, proper hallway procedures, and showing characteristics of their house. It is really easy in the hallway. Those doing the right thing, 5 points for Slytherin, you're lined up doing great. 5 points for Ravenclaw. Ravenclaws are coming in and getting to work right away. Students who really give like positive contributions to the lesson, sharing really insightful ideas. That's when I get that reaction from them across the room, like, we got the points. They also lose points. So we take points away when we have write-ups, we have bullying, disrupting the learning environment, poor sportsmanship. This is something that we addressed really early and we didn't really see, but we knew that when we are like, you lost five points taken from Ravenclaw, we knew we were gonna have students be like, what? You know. So we really tried to drive that sense of community, and that, no, we take ownership as a house, and we're not upset with one person in our house for losing these points. We got to figure out how we get our points back together. We put asking for points up there because they are 6th graders and they're going to ask. And dishonesty and cheating. We had to tell them why they should want to win these points. And so each month we do a house cup and a prize. We made it easy on ourselves. Prizes like gym time, popsicle ice cream, popcorn party, arcade time, free gym time or free time outside, and a lunch party. We have a Google form that we send to them, to the winners, and they pick. We have not had a single group pick anything other than gym time and free time outside, which makes our life nice and easy. This is one that is really fun, and we started a few months ago. House Spirit Day. So we've done it on Fridays, where we do a House Spirit Day, and we tell them to wear their house colors, and we do different types of competitions on that day. So it might be athletic competitions or trivia competitions, things like that, and we encourage them to dress up and support their house. And the student with the most house spirit that day gets a prize. And that was the last slide that we share with the students. I wanted to give you other ideas if this is something that you are interested in. I know with connections, this is a little more challenging, but also it could be something that you might want to jump in with somebody else as well. But other ideas for houses, superheroes, character traits, this would be incredible to do at the beginning of the year if you still do contracting in your room. I love doing contracting, creating a classroom contract, and I think that would be a really great way to combine these two. You could do a RMS and Ridgeland theme, you could do a college theme. Students could create their own house crest. There's a lot of cool websites that they can create a house crest. And then student created, you know that they would love to come up with their own. And this can also be done within individual classrooms. So if you think as a team, it might not work for you, but you might want to do it when you do group work. That could be something that could work for you as well. Enrichment Ideas. Create a weekly newsletter, student council, house TikToks, house presidents. That was a student idea. Hunter, he was in the video that we did. He's a Slytherin, and he came up with the idea for wanting a house president or house prefect, if you will, for each house to have a student representative as a lead, and we really like that. So these are our enrichment here. These are also goals that we are going to be working on as well for ourselves. Now, I know that a lot of this I feel like sometimes creativity can be overwhelming, and starting something new can be overwhelming, and whether this is not something that you think could work for your whole team, maybe it is just inspiring passion within your own classroom. I really like this quote. It is, just release yourself from the anxiety and burden that might be associated with the word creativity, because you've fallen for the myth that it only belongs to the special, the tormented, and the professional. I feel like sometimes I've had, especially teacher friends, like, not to pick on math teachers, but I know some of them are like, no, I don't have that kind of, my brain doesn't work in that way, I don't have those kind of qualities. And I feel like that can even limit ourselves. And then, as much as we need change, inspiration, passion, and creativity to thrive during challenging times, we know that our students need it more. Sharing our passions and creativity can ignite passions in others. And in my opinion, we need more passionate people. Those are the people I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with the weirdos who are really into certain things and very passionate and want to talk to you about things that they are really interested in. That's my crew. And do I remember? I have a teacher in high school, Miss Burchett. She used to come in and she had a record player and she would play Wish You Were Here while we were reading, and she would tell us about how the brain works differently when you're listening to music and you're reading, and she would come in these crazy outfits and she would come wearing crazy wigs and do things that I'd never seen another teacher do. Do I remember anything she taught me about the old man in the sea? Don't tell her that. But no, I do not remember any of that. Not one bit. But I remember that she was a passionate person, and it made me want to be a passionate person. So work with what you have. This isn't, obviously, if you want to jump on the Hogwarts bandwagon with us, absolutely. But work with what you have. What are you passionate about? Whatever you are passionate about holds tremendous value in the eyes of our students. Connection teachers, I know I'm speaking to the choir literally here, and that your job, you are sharing your passion. This is what you're doing. You guys are great at this. When you bring your go-to thing into the classroom, you spontaneously become more creative because you're connecting the dots between who you are as a person and who you are as a teacher. And our kids need to see that. You're living authentically, being true to your own spirit and celebrating your innate gifts. This is a quote that I just felt seemed so appropriate for owning your own passion. In his memoir, Stephen King shrugged off criticism of his niche in the horror genre, saying, "I was built with the love of the night and the unquiet coffin." That is what I have. Let's keep it all that real. Let's all work with what we have. And authenticity is a huge part of creativity. So, thank you for coming. Again, when life serves you lemons, we all were served lemons during crazy pandemic teaching years. When life serves you lemons, you make exploding lemonade. So our unintended outcomes from this house system is our lemonade. So don't be afraid to try something new, and cheers to finding your lemonade.